Now, to be truthful, I didn't have much expectations for this film. In fact, this is the only 2011 blockbusters I didn't go see in theaters. You see, I've never been a big fan of Thor comics. I never understood him as a superhero. It always confused me how a god could be a superhero living in the same reality as other superheroes such as Spider-Man and X-Men. I always felt his origin stories were just too complicated to understand, so I never really gave him a shot. So when Thor was released in theaters, all my friends went to go see it and they all told me how good it really was. But I just couldn't bring myself to see it. No matter how many good things I heard about it, I just couldn't do it. But just recently, Thor was released on Blu-ray and DVD, and I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So I picked it up, went home, and watched it. Not expecting anything to come out of it except your normal everyday comic book hero flick like the Green Lantern. But boy was I wrong. Thor was actually a really great film, with an easy plot to follow and a great set of cast. Chris Hemsworth plays Thor, an arrogant, cocky little kid who disobeys his father's orders and breaks a treaty that Thor's father made with their rival race, the Frost Giants. As punishment, Odin, Thor's father, played by Anthony Hopkins, banishes Thor to the Earth's realm as a mere mortal, as with his hammer. There, Thor meets up with Jane, played by Natalie Portman, who is basically the love interest for Thor, and helps him mature enough to regain his power and return home to stop his brother Loki from taking over Asgard and killing his father. Thor is your everyday classic coming-of-age story. In the beginning of the film, we see how Thor starts off as an immature child who acts first without thinking of the effect they'll have in the long run. And by the end, he becomes a man with the strength and wisdom to lead his kingdom. The main thing that makes this film so great is the fact that the story is easy to follow. We know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, and we see how the main character rises to become our hero. If more films would just stick to this type of storytelling without complicating things that doesn't need to be complicated, we wouldn't end up with films like Transformers 2. Although Thor isn't as good as X-Men First Class, in my opinion, it still deserves to be seen as one of the top films and is definitely on par with X-Men. I give Thor 3.5 Thor hammers out of 5.